Okay guys, now we have second passage. An introduction to film sound. Film sound. It means when you watch a movie, you see there are 2 to 3 things. One is the dialogues and second is what we call it noise effects. Right? In the movie, if the film star is opening a candy, you hear something like this. Right? If the horses are galloping, you see something like that. So these are the, exactly, noise effects. Okay, you're doing it better than me. So these are the noise effects, sound effects and all that stuff. So introduction to film sound, it means they will tell us about the sounds in a movie. When it is raining, there is that the sound of rain, the birds are chirping and all that stuff. So it's all about the sound in the movies. Now we come to questions, multiple choice. ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁੱਕਾ ਲੱਗੂਗਾ. Alright, if you write all A, your one answer will be correct. If you write all B, your 2 answers will be correct. If you write all C's, again one answer will be correct. Okay, so tukka should be like that, 1 or 2 will be correct, but anyways. Question number 14. Now listen, multiple choice questions. The good news is questions and passage, they are in order. And you should know that when you're doing the question, where they are in order, where they are not in order. Okay? So the questions and the passage, they are in order. Question number 14. In the first paragraph, the writer makes a point that. Now, we will not read the options. No. If you read the options, you're going to the passage with a confused mind. What you have to do, you have to go to the first paragraph and see what is the point that the writer is making. Okay, please come to first paragraph. I'm reading it. Though we might think of film as an essentially visual experience, we really cannot afford to underestimate the importance of film sound. Film is a visual experience, but film sound is very, very important. We cannot underestimate that. Clear? Now, please match it with one of the options, A, B, C, D. And one more thing, listen. In multiple choice, when you read the options, elimination is the best technique. Elimination means the options which are illogical, the options which are rather silly, you got to cross them. For example, we read A. Director should plan the soundtrack and no, just cross it. Come to option C. The music industry can have a beneficial influence on sound in film. Music industry didn't mention. No. Option D. It is important for those working on the sound in a film to have sole responsibility. No. Option B. It would be wrong to overlook the contribution of sound to the artistry of films. What is the sentence for that? They've mentioned here, though we might think of film as an essentially visual experience, we really cannot afford to underestimate the importance of film sound. Means film sound is important. Now, question number 15. One reason that the writer refers to Humphrey Bogart is to exemplify. Now, exemplify means writer is giving example. Now, the clue word here is Humphrey Bogart. One reason that the writer refers to Humphrey Bogart to exemplify. Humphrey Bogart. Second paragraph. 8th line. Okay guys, now please follow. Thus, for example. Exemplify means for example. So, second paragraph and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th line, last 2 words. Thus, for example. Got it? Got it? Now let's read it. Thus, for example, the actor Humphrey Bogart is the character Sam Spade. Film personality and life personality seem to merge. His film personality and his life personality. Life personality means in real life. Seem to merge. Perhaps this is because the very texture of a performer's voice supplies an element of character. Focus this. The importance of the actor and the character appearing to have similar personalities. Similar personalities, and for that he used the word personality seem to merge. His personal life and film life and personality seem to merge means they are similar. So for question number 15, A will be the right answer. Okay, and other options you can read and you can just cross which the wrong options are. Question number 16. In the third paragraph, the writer suggests that. Now first we go to third paragraph. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Okay, now we are going to see what is it that the writer suggests. Okay, so when voice gestures, this is just the beginning. Please come to second column. And over here, alright, you may come, for example, in the highly successful. Found it? For example, in the highly successful. Scan it. Okay, now we read from here. For example, in the highly successful science fiction film 2001, little dialogue was evident and most of it was banal and of little intrinsic interest. Okay, now he says little dialogue was evident, right? And most of it was banal and of little intrinsic interest. In this way, the filmmaker was able to portray what Thomas Sobotchak and Vivian Sobotchak call an introduction to film. Now match something, little dialogue was evident and most of it was of little intrinsic interest. Means there was no interest in that, but that dialogue was essential. He's talking about dialogue. Option, okay, option A is audiences are likely to be critical of film dialogue. Now audiences and critical to film dialogue, no, he didn't mention. Option B, film dialogues that appears to be dull. Now focus this thing, film dialogues that appear to be dull. He said it was banal and of little intrinsic interest. Little intrinsic interest means dull, right? So film dialogue that appears to be dull may have a specific purpose. Before something important is coming, they just mention something that is not important. Now let's move on to C. Filmmakers vary considerably in the skill with which they handle dialogue. No, they don't. I mean, the variation is not mentioned. Variation in dialogue is not mentioned. Option D. Most successful films are those which dialogue of high quality. Dialogue of high quality is not mentioned. That if the film has, I mean, naturally if you think, logically if you think, then D is the right answer. हाँ अच्छे dialogue होंगे तो film ज़्यादा चलेगी. But you have to match it with the passage. So according to the passage, option B, film dialogues that appears to be dull. For dull they use that word, may have a specific purpose. Okay, next question number 17. अगर कोई misprint है तो उसको लिख लीजिएगा 17. Question number 17. What does the writer suggest about bringing up baby? It's the name of a movie, Bringing Up Baby. What does the writer suggest? Now please look for this movie. Found it? The comedy Bringing Up Baby. जाके देखिएगा free time में. Okay? But I don't know what type of film it is. The comedy Bringing Up Baby. Now we are going to see what does the writer suggest about this movie. The comedy Bringing Up Baby, on the other hand, presents practically non-stop dialogue delivered at breakneck speed. Okay? This use of dialogue underscores not only the dizzy quality of the character played by Katharine Hepburn, but also the absurdity of the film. Quality of character and absurdity of the film itself, and thus its humor. Okay, now please match something with this. The options which are illogical or which do not match, you have to neglect them altogether. Okay, try again. Alright, now let's see. Option A. Plot suffers from filmmakers' wish to focus on humor. Plot. There is no mention of such thing. So A is not the right answer. B. Dialogue helps to make it one of the best comedy. No, they did not mention this thing. Now we are left with C and D. C. There is a mismatch between the speed of the dialogue and the speed of the action. Speed is not mentioned. If you go back and read again, they said dizzy quality of the character and dialogues, but speed is not mentioned. Now you are left with option D, nature of the dialogue. Now what is the word for nature of the dialogue? They said dialogue delivered, and then they say speed. Okay, this use of dialogue underscores not only dizzy quality of the character played, but also the absurdity of the film. So nature of the dialogue emphasize key element of the film. And what is that key element? Come back. Humor. Humor is actually the key element. I mean, it's a comedy movie. So in comedy movie, the key element is humor. Yeah. Okay, let's go on. Question number 18. The writer refers to the click of a door. Now, click of a door in the movie, like they open the door, there is that click. Click of a door to make the point that realistic sounds. So find the word click of a door. Click. Second page. Click. Yeah. The writer refers to the click of a door to make the point. What is the point that he makes? I'm reading it. For example, the click of a door. Found it? It's in inverted commas. For example, the click of a door being opened may simply serve to convince the audience that the image portrayed is real. One thing. And the audience may only subconsciously note the expected sound. However, if the click of an opening door is part of an ominous actions, such as burglary, the sound mixer may call attention to the click with an increase in volume. Have you seen? If the click of a door is in a horror movie, it's going to be a bang. If the door is opened by a burglar, it's going to be again a very loud noise. So that's what they are saying. I'm reading it from here. However, follow this thing. However, if the click of an opening door is part of an ominous action such as burglary, the sound mixer may call attention to the click with an increase in volume. This helps to engage the audience in a moment of suspense. Now match something with it, please. Click of a door and increasing the volume of that. Good. Well done. Yeah? Option C. Listen, option A are often used to give the audience a false impression of events in the film. No. A should be crossed. B. Okay. May be interpreted in different ways by the different members of the audience. No. Come to option D. D for doctor. Tend to be more significant in films presenting realistic situations. They did not mention the realistic situations. Now, option C, may be modified. Modified means they can increase the volume. May be modified in order to manipulate the audience's response. So, the loud noise means it will create suspense. Suspense is audience's response. Try to understand. May be modified. Modified means increase the volume in order to manipulate the audience's response to the film. So their response is suspense. So for 18, C is the right answer. Okay, yeah.